lemon face. Ooh, tiger face. Rah, lemon face. Ooh. And we're loosened up for the show today because everyone at home knows you can't spell daddy without the Addy. Oh no, you can't spell daddy without the Addy. With a special guest star on a special episode today here on Saturday with Sean
Alexander Douglas.
People do grow into their name, so we encourage any new parents to think about that middle name and give them something good. Yeah. But here's the thing, guys. We have a special episode today. Super fun. It's Saturday. A bunch of our friends, family, and all of our amazing followers out there, brothers and sisters across the world, good burpees, are available more on Saturday than they are during the rest of the week, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little harder on Monday through Friday to jump in and watch an episode, especially if we go an hour long. Who likes to talk?
Me.
Yeah. Do we have news to share? Yeah. So do some of the episodes go of the distance?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it makes it a little bit more difficult for some people to be able to tune in and watch, especially when they see that 45-minute long. They're like, how much news could these guys have? Do we have news?
Yes, we do.
And do we have news that other people won't even cover?
Yeah.
That's right. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. You've understood from our theme this week, hoaxology, which is not going to end this week. We are going to have more of it next week because we could not even get to all of the hoaxology, which is a wonderful website for all my journalists out there. That's you, if you're watching this, whatever age you are, 0 through 1 million. We know that you're a journalist. You're also a scientist. Now, you may not be as skilled as other journalists or as skilled as some scientists out there, but you are. You are a scientist and you are a journalist. And that means that the Socratic method of asking questions comes natural to you. This is why Coca-Cola, who spends billions of dollars on marketing, is in fact the #1 soda producer revenue in the world. But do they spend the most on marketing?
Yes.
Yeah. So think about that. If the news and propaganda that comes your way is so misleading, they have to spend so much money and time to stop you from asking questions. Isn't that in itself an observation that we're up against the system?
Yes.
That's right. Finding truth is difficult, and that should not be difficult in 2026. So you're tuning in with Addy and Daddy, and we're going to help you navigate that whole system, find the truth, and find the way to discern what is honest in these headlines and what's coming across. As most of you know, the article that some of these headlines represent don't even align to each other. If you read the articles compared to the headline, it'll almost always tell you in the article down like at the bottom, oh, yeah, that's not how it happened. And you can't even imagine that the headline was letting you think something, but if you read it, you realize that's not at all how it went down. And that's not just clickbait, guys. It's worse than that because a lot of us, millions of us, you grab your phone and you just see the headlines and you may move on, but it does something to your brain. So we taught you yesterday, we taught you this week, when you see a headline, when you see something happen, aliens landed or whatever it is, just say out loud, not in your head. You say this out loud. You say, maybe. And that automatically, scientifically proven by the CIA, helps your brain stop the information and remind it that, yes, I'm a journalist and I need to ask more questions here rather than just emotionally attached to a headline. We want you to be stronger, and we want all of us to be stronger, regardless of where you're at, where you think your politics line. We need you to be more informed if we expect any party, any representation of any American to do what we hired them and elected them to do. So today we're going to talk a little about that and have some fun. We had an absolute wonderful day yesterday. Addy's going to talk about, we have Addy's Corner today. We have Sean's Corner today for the kids. We've been, all week we got hit with some liberal hate. But Friday, yesterday, let's give gratitude. Did we get love?
Yeah.
We got love all over.
All over.
Fans, followers, sisters, brothers, kids, everybody poured the love on us yesterday. And we want to say thank you. We understand that we can get attacked, but what do we need to focus? Gratitude. And we're thankful that you're watching now and that you sent that love messages this week, right?
Yep.
Okay, guys, let's get into the show. Addy, if you could please start us off. Scott Adams, simultaneous sip. People are joining us from all across the world through space and time, later in the day, earlier in the morning, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you're watching this show, you can join us for the simultaneous sip and be with us. Thanks to Scott Adams.
Yep.
Addy, could you please lead us?
Yes, I can. All you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard or a chalice or stein, and contain jug or a flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I usually like coffee. Cocoa works too, with some crunchy peanut butter and soft peanut butter if you like it.
She got you, Jack.
I got you. But anything works. And let's do a simultaneous sip.
Simultaneous sip across space and time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Scott, for giving this to us. I need a second. Sorry. Let me tell you, drinking hot coffee, although that is delicious, in front of these lights and in this jacket and in this heat, it is hot in here.
Yeah.
Woo! So we'll see how long of a show we can do today when we sweating in here. Addy, Sean, could you please lead America? And the reason that we're here, and one of the things we're going to talk about today, which we talked about in length yesterday with multiple Canadians, why we pledge allegiance to the flag.
So, ready? Let's go, kids. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we'll always ask, is there justice for all?
Yes.
We see people all across the world, all across America, finding corruption and exposing it. And the first step to holding anybody accountable is exposing and stopping some of the corruption. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Now, in 2005, 2025, we saw a lot of individuals expose corruption. And as we enter 2026, we see more of it. We were able to have a really deep and amazing conversation yesterday with some Canadians and through some friends that live all across the U.S. One is even off the world. We've had conversations all week with Black men in Brooklyn, Black men in Chicago. We've had conversations with some Asian women here in Florida. We have reached out using technology, and we've had higher level conversations. Addy's been able to practice some of those interviews with these individuals. Is that right, Addy?
Yeah.
So we want to say thank you to all of you who have been helping us and helping Addy get her journalism practice in before she goes out into the real world and interviews some. Now, Addy, did some of our individuals that we interview get upset?
Yes.
And did some of them even express, their anger?
Yes.
But were each and every one of them able to understand the message and understand the journalism that we were able to apply to a lot of the topics we discussed?
Yes.
Yes. And is that what's so brilliant?
Yeah.
Is that when men and women come together and we talk, we're able to break those barriers that have been put up. As Sun Tzu, Art of War, teaches you, those who look to control us will always separate us so they can conquer us, right?
Yeah.
And it's impossible to maybe think that you can talk politics. Daddy has always been told, whether we were going to Ireland or we were flying across, don't talk politics, Sean, don't do it. But let me tell you, does Daddy do it?
Yes.
Yes. And does Daddy break down barriers with every person he's ever met?
Yeah.
Because people are good people, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good
And
people attract good people.
that's right. 100%, guys. And because you're a good person and because you want to know the truth, you're going to express yourself, right?
Right.
And we have the freedom of speech and we expect you to express yourself. And when you do so, it eludes, if people are able to deal with confrontation, it allows us to have better information. Now, at some point in time, did it get angry and people were yelling at us? Could we have gotten upset?
Yes.
And if we started yelling and screaming back, would that have ruined the conversation?
Yeah.
And is that what we did?
No.
No.
Heck no.
Heck no, because we understand that what people are up against emotionally charges them, right?
Yeah.
So we know that good people that have passion are going to express that passion. Is that right?
Yeah.
And if we can remain calm as a journalist and we can help present them with nothing but facts, no opinion, what will they do?
They will calm down, learn, change, and they'll grow.
If they choose to. Is that right?
Yes.
Can an individual refuse to learn, change, and grow?
Yes.
Do some of us choose to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever chosen to do that?
No.
No? Okay. Little Miss Perfect over here. Does brother refuse to learn, change, and grow on some things?
Yes.
Yeah, just a little bit. But he's 5. He's learning.
Yes.
For those of us that are adults, we do need to remind ourselves that each and every day we wake up, we are a student and we are a teacher. We need to teach people around us, and we also must learn from those around us because teamwork
makes the dream work.
So let's get into some fun things today. For the children corner, right off the bat, Sean would like to join today. As you've known, you've seen on Twitter and on X, a lot of journalists are talking about where can we send our kids so they can watch a show without all the politics and all the other stuff going on, right? Because you should be able to have family-friendly shows that bring you the good news.
Yeah, and without commercials.
So we're going to give you something here today. We're always going to teach you something every episode, more than probably one thing. But right now we're going to teach you a little bit from Wildcrafts, one of our favorite shows, probably one of the top 5 right here.
Yeah.
Sean, what have you learned and what would you like to share with the group?
Elephants take bath and dirt. You should loop it up with their trunk and spray it on. And you swap water and spray it off at them.
That's very nice.
And then they use your trunk to make a handshake.
That's pretty good.
Good job,
Nicely
Sean.
done, Sean.
Nice job.
And where did you learn that, Sean?
From Wildcrafts.
Good job, Wildcrafts. Thank you for an educational program that we all enjoy watching.
Thanks,
Do we wish we
Wildcrafts.
could turn into those animals and have the Wildcraft pack they got?
Yeah.
That would be so cool, right? Maybe Elon can work on something. Blah, and we'll turn into some animals.
Yeah, like Aviva. Oh, she's the scientist. She's the one
That's
that makes
right.
everything for him.
That's good. If you haven't watched Wildcrafts, guys, and you're unaware of the show, which I can't believe would be happening, please turn into the show and get your kids on Wildcrafts. It's very educational. It's very entertaining. You'll find yourself learning. And I cannot kid you how many times that after we watch a few shows and we go out into public or we go hang out with something, these dudes are just dropping knowledge every which way they can. So it's pretty awesome for anybody to be able to enjoy a show and learn the entire time, right?
Yeah. And what they have a creature this, they put it in their creature power, and when they touch an animal, they activate it and they turn into one.
It's so good, guys. Now, Addy, corner to you. Good job, Sean. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for delivering something that all of us could learn. Elephant trucks shake hands by shaking their trunks.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. We'll have to throw some video in right here. Addy, as we get better in 2026, this is where we throw the video in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Addy, your turn. Can you please lead the children's corner and tell us something that we can learn from you?
Are you ready? I did this in my research. A star-nosed mole.
A star-nosed mole? Is he lives in outer space, I guess?
No, he lives in the dirt.
Oh, okay.
And like every single mole, he lives in the dirt. And here's a really fun fact. His nose is more sensitive than our fingertips.
Whoa, I've got really good fingertips. I can feel these are very sensitive. Daddy even files them. I keep them super sensitive. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What can they do with that super sensitive nose?
They can find their food. They go down and they smell their food, and there's like little tentacles. There's little tentacles that feel the food.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then they
Little
grab
tentacles on their nose.
it, and then they eat it. Before he touches it, he sees the worm. He goes over to it, gets his mouth, hump. And then what happens when the rain comes? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Don't worry. He has about 30 seconds for him to leave. He leaves out. He goes out of the hole, and then he comes back in because then he's a swimming mole. Star-nosed moles can swim like any starfish, like a star-nosed mole.
Very cool.
Thank you. And they can find food in there. How do you ask? Well, this is how. They go over to the pile of leaves, and they blow air bubbles out of their nose, and then the air bubbles come back to them, and they sniff the air bubbles, and then they find their food that's edible for them, and they find the worms and other edible foods that they like to eat.
That's amazing. That is quite the hunting trick.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That you just taught me something, girl.
Thank you, Daddy.
Very nice. Sean, was that some good learning?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, children, for teaching all of us, any age, what a star-nosed mole is and how they hunt and some of the secret ways that they can find their food. Sean, thank you for teaching us how friendly elephants are and how they communicate to each other. I bet their noses must be pretty sensitive too, huh, Addy?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if that's the part they're using to hug each other.
Yeah.
Very cool, guys. Thank you for teaching us this corner. And as our show progresses and we move forward, we are a family-friendly show, so you are going to see more Children's Corner. If your children or yourself have anything you'd like for these children to research on and bring to the table, please put in the comments or send us a message. We will be delivering that out. Addy also has a question for any daughters that are out there or sons that would like to become a pen pal. Addy, would you like to invite anybody to be your pen pal out here?
If you want to be my pen pal, okay, You can write letters to me, and I can write letters to you because I need to work on my hand-eye coordination, and you probably need to work on your hand-eye coordination.
Maybe not. Maybe they're already awesome.
Yes,
but
maybe.
And then, it is a lost art. The less that we write and the less that we take care of ourselves, we find ourselves on the phone sending text messages, and I send a billion, so nobody's complaining here. But we do need to practice our handwriting, and Little Princess is in handwriting theme for this first semester as we go into 2026. So she needs to be writing letters every day. Yep. And as you know, just writing a random letter. Yeah. She's got nanas and nanas she's got to catch up with, right? Yeah. So you do have Grandma Kiki's and Big Pops and Papa Goats and Papa John's out there that you got to write your letters to.
And my aunts.
And your aunties, that's right. Dorothy's out there watching. But guys, listen. If you have kids in Friendly, then you're trying to get your kids to create pen pals. We live in Florida down here, and you can send me a DM. Fathers, I'll switch with you. Give us the address, and then you can have your children write a letter to Addie and Sean. We may be able to read it on the show and then respond back with some questions to answer. So if you'd like to be engaged with the show and you'd like to help with us, please feel free to write us some letters. We'll give you the address in a DM, and then you can mail us the letters. We can read it either on the show or in private, and then Addie can respond and get her game on and practicing her letters. Okay? Yeah. So we would like your help on that, and if you could write us a letter, we'll write you right back. And if you want us to, we could also read it on the show, depending on the topic and theme for the week. So help us, help you, help each other, right? Is that how a team works?
Yeah.
That is correct. Now, rather than go straight into some of the news today that we were going to grab, we want to talk about the politics and the state of the nation. So again, tomorrow, Sunday, we have Scott Adams' funeral at 11-ish. It'll be broadcast through all streams of media from Rumble through X and YouTube. Anywhere that you followed Scott, it will be up there. So that's all you need to know. Whatever site you followed Scott on, it will be posted there for the funeral. Yeah. Again, we're going for the largest funeral in mankind. Is what Scott was wanting. And we're going to try to help deliver that by making sure you have that chance to drop in online and contribute to joining in on Scott Adams' funeral, father of the internet. Yeah. And because of that, we'll make sure that we remind you that one of Scott Adams, he has many missions, but one of Scott Adams' biggest pushes to all of us is that we can rewire our brain. Okay. It doesn't matter the trauma, the damage. It doesn't matter the people around you right now. All those things play a factor, and all those things may make it difficult. But when you make an active choice to want to learn,
change, and grow,
it will help you if you listen to Scott Adams and many others that are speaking up now that can teach you and help you find the tools to rewire your brain. Okay. So to fight against some of the damage we've all received and to sharpen our, skills.
Iron sharpens iron.
We got to figure out some structure behind that. Yeah. And that's what yesterday's conversation was about. We're obviously never going to name drop anybody unless they tell us to. Yeah. But one of the things that we want to make clear is different is that Daddy is a gamer. Okay. And as we go into technology, we're sitting here on January 24th, 2026. And I want to make something very clear that there are sons, there are daughters, there are men, there are young men, there are young women, there are lost souls, there are people that are all in the gaming world using technology by the millions approaching billions all across the world. And your reach, whatever it is generally in a small bubble. Is that right?
Yep.
Now, some people travel a lot. So did they meet even more people?
Yes.
That's right. And we go on road trips. So do we meet people in strange new places?
Yeah.
But it's only there, right? When we show up, we're only going to meet those 2 or 3 people, right? Yeah. Or maybe more, depending on the event, right?
Yeah.
But without traveling, you're not going to meet people outside of your bubble. Is that right?
Nope.
No. And that can be difficult to learn or understand other cultures or other pieces unless you get to go yourself, right?
Right.
This is one reason why we like technology and we are a gamer. Daddy created a clan. Now, this is different. I have very, very many friends that laugh and look down on the idea that an adult would be gaming. But let me break this down for you just clearly. My guild that I run is called Dads Across the World. I have men in there from Nigeria. I have autistic fathers in Norway that lead us, in Dutch when we do some raiding, once a 6 months. We have fathers all across America. I have dads up in Canada. I have dads in Mexico. And let me ask you, do they have different politics? Do they have different media that's slamming them all the time?
Yes.
Yeah. And so are they led to believe things that aren't true? Mm-hmm. And would anybody ever have the opportunity to present them with truth like a journalist if you're never going to get in front of them.
No.
No, you can't, guys. There's no way. You're not going to beat mainstream media. You're not going to get in front of somebody who has a phone and already has media in front of them. In a different country, you already know that the governments stop information from coming in. You see the EU won't even allow X to make posts. And I don't care about your opinion if you think it's hate or bad or whatever. I'm a journalist. And when we want to cross borders and talk with someone, you should know that the government stops a lot of the media that may present things that are unfavorable to the government. For example, for those of you who watched the show this week, and for those of you who are just tuning in, then you'll remember that Denmark, the people who are yelling and screaming Trump shouldn't buy Greenland, they sterilized all the women of Greenland through the 60s and 70s. Do you understand? They took women without their permission and they sterilized them. Okay, are you understanding that? Denmark, the people yelling that Trump shouldn't buy and protect Greenland, sterilized the women of Greenland so that they couldn't have higher birth rates and maybe vote their way out, or whatever their reason was. They had a reason and they sterilized the women on purpose, with purpose, strategically. I don't find that acceptable.
Me neither.
And none of the men that I talked to yesterday even knew about that. But what happened yesterday when we brought journalism to them?
It blew their minds.
It blew their minds. Did they develop trust for us?
Yes.
Did they go look this stuff up on their own?
Yes.
Yes. And then did they find the truth?
Yes.
And that, guys, is just one of the reasons why using technology like games can connect you to people from around the world. Thank you, Sean. Please get off now. From around the world, guys. That was a little too much for the 5-year-old. He lasted 3 seconds.
Yep.
Now, why I like that even more is that Addy is able to get practice in. Okay, guys. So we're going to see this year, you're going to see Addy on the ground. You're going to see Addy interviewing people. And do we know how crazy some people can get?
Yep.
Yeah, you've already gone through it all. Have you seen people say some of the craziest things as we've been interviewing?
Yeah.
That's right. And did you see them walk it back as Daddy explained and stayed calm?
Mm-hmm.
And does that help you stay calm?
Yeah.
Right. But guys, it transcends space and time again, because I'm able to talk with men that are 1,500 miles away. This morning, we played with 3 men that are in Brooklyn, New York. And were they in a bad mood when they got on?
Yeah.
But did they see Daddy on?
Yeah.
And did they say, please, can you give me some dopamine this morning?
Yeah.
And did Daddy give him some dopamine?
He gave them lots of dopamine.
And were they laughing?
Yeah.
And was their wife in the background joining in and laughing?
Yeah.
Did it turn into a family event first thing in the morning with only 30 minutes to go?
Yep.
Guys, we're living in the future. We are now in the future. And most of my bros out there that could be leaders, that could be talking, they laugh at the idea of a game. They laugh at the idea of getting men together from 1,500 miles away to just play together for something. And I'll tell you that men will come together and transcend politics in the gaming world, because in every game you're already crossing borders and doing everything and whatever your character is. But when you come together to overcome a challenge and you compete together, it allows you to have conversation. And Daddy uses that. I'm really ridiculously good. I've got videos up. You can see it. I don't know why. God built my brain really, really awesome at it. And I'm ridiculously good at any game I play, but mostly Destiny 2 and Apex. And I say that out loud because if your son, if your daughter, if your teenager, if anybody in the world that is in your family is a gamer, they don't have a clan, I promise you. They don't have as good as a clan as I've put together. They don't have as good as a clan that we put. We have sons and daughters that play with us. I have friends that I don't even play with them, but I play with their son. And we get time in together. And I can ask them questions, and I can ask them about their vision. I can reinforce good behaviors. Because let me tell you, if there's not a good dad out there, do you know what that culture ends up looking like?
What?
Are there people using bad words and cursing and doing everything else under the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. But where's the good guys? They're not even playing.
Yeah.
Right? They think that's blah, 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 blah. So then let me tell you, who's getting in front of the kids? Who's getting in front of the culture? Is it a good, godly person?
No.
Well, not unless Daddy's there. And so we're changing the game because you can. Technology's here. This isn't 1980. This is 2026.
Yeah, 2026.
What year is it?
2026.
Guys, we're in the future. Robots, flying cars, all of that. We've told you multiple times are coming. We're telling you, and we're going to drop it and we'll move forward, that if you're not using technology to spread the word, to connect with individuals, then you're missing out. And I'm telling you that now with technology, you can connect with more people than you ever could have before, and you got to use it. So if you have anybody in your friends or family, we'd love to have more clan guild members. We raid during the week. I'm not even on there at the time. We have nothing but good dads on there that will represent a good culture for your children to be able to come online, play in a safe environment, and get some good behavioral conversations.
Yeah.
And when they see the difference, when they feel the difference, when they learn that when you get on, you're supposed to bond, make new friends, and talk positively, then they have the contrast. Then they can see the difference. And then when they go to the other lobby or they meet with other people that are running their mouth and talking negatively, they now know this isn't how I want to be. And they know the most important reason that we talked about all day yesterday. Who has to make their choices and change the world?
You do.
You do. Can you turn the fan on for me a second? You have to make that. It's on you. We're doing our part and you're doing your part. You're watching today. You're getting the information.
It already makes you a better journalist.
That's right. But each and every day, Addy, what do we have to make active choices?
Our own choices.
That's right. Everybody's making their own choices. And all we want to do is make sure that we give you the tools and the tips that you can use to become stronger. Please, when you think about your kids playing games, when you think about others playing games, remember that unless there is a dads across the world out there, your kids are just out there with all sorts of weirdos, all sorts of negativity, and they're absorbing that. Isn't that right, Addy?
Yeah.
And then that becomes their mindset of, well, this must be how the world is. Because when you meet some of these kids that have never come across dads across the world, they have a very negative mindset. But what happens when daddy shows them that's not how this has to be?
They get pumped up.
That's right. Because they're like, whoa, this is how it's supposed to be. And I agree.
This way.
So we do have limited screen time. We aren't on all the time. There's too many things to do in the day. So we understand. But when there is a group of like-minded individuals together, can you set times and can you find ways to fit it in?
Yes.
And that's all we want you to remember, guys, is the next time you find a gamer dad or a gamer bro, ask him if he's helping the community or if he's just in it for himself. Because if you are doing the right part and using technology to your benefit, you're going to be helping the community and you're going to be growing the community. So whatever it is you're in, volunteering or doing organizations, it's the same thing by using technology. We would much rather see all of us and the kids out there volunteering in the community directly, right? Yeah, don't run away from that.
Never.
But in the comfort of your own home, do we have winter coming up our here? Is it gonna be super cold all across the US?
Yep.
Yeah. Are some people probably gonna jump online and be gaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could they be changing the world even while they're gaming?
Yeah.
Guys, that's all we want you to remember. Anything you're doing, you can change the world. You have the power.
You have the power. You have the power. 8 billion people on this planet have the power.
I agree with you, Addy. Thank you for expressing that to the group.
You're
Let's get a
welcome.
little more sip on.
So
Oh, well, it is 9 o'clock. We just exit 9 o'clock, simultaneous sip. Scott Adams School is getting underway. We had a very special Saturday episode put together for you. We let the kids come out and give some stuff. We didn't want to make today's episode too long because we understand some people like a shorter episode.
Yep.
But we do want to make sure that we teach each and every episode. And right now, as you guys know, for you've been watching.
Of your one. The category of one.
That's right. Becoming a category of one has been our message all week. You understand this is the most highlighted book Daddy owns. And we're going to go through a couple of pieces each and every time. We talked about the 3 rules yesterday, but since Saturday's special, we may have more people watch. Let's go back to our 3 rules of being a category of one. Know more about the customer than anyone else does.
Know more about the customer than anyone else does. Rule
And who's
one.
our customer? Is our customer Americans?
Yeah.
Do we know about Americans?
Yeah.
Have we traveled rural America?
Yeah.
Has Daddy been into the most rural place? Tribune, Kansas. Let me just drop that one. You don't even know Tribune, Kansas, unless you've driven to Colorado through Kansas and you had to go through this little small town. Tribune, Kansas is beautiful. Their little school, K through 12, is all one little building, has marble floors to the ceiling. Because when people focus fire on their community, some cool things can happen.
Yeah.
Every store window in that town has their names of the kids painted on it anytime they do have some sports, even though sports is hard to come by in a small town like that.
Mm-hmm.
All across America, people want to be part of a community. People want to be part of something bigger, have a purpose, and they want to enjoy life. That doesn't change because you're on any side of the political aisle. It doesn't change because you're in a different state. And one thing that we spoke about with the Canadians yesterday is that America is not one big country.
It's not.
America is very specifically.
It's 50 individual states.
My girl, that's my 8-year-old right there. That's what you did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you explained to very intelligent men that we're a republic and that individual states have rights. And the federal government should not trump those rights.
Nope.
They should support those rights.
Support them.
Now, when it comes to ICE and the other pieces, as we talked about yesterday, the states literally gave the federal government one job. Well, a couple jobs, but the number one job was, hey, make sure none of the other states are bringing in foreign illegals that could sway the elections. So we want the federal government to make sure all the states follow the same rules. And as we know, are the sanctuary cities arresting criminals and bad guys and then letting them go before the federal government gets there to take them.
Yes.
And that's dangerous.
Very
so
dangerous.
Much so that people are dying because of it. So we understand that Americans don't want to live scared. They don't want to live in a world where information is being brought to them that is miscued and lied on a regular basis. That's one of the reasons we started this show. We want you to be informed. And do we know more about the customer than anyone else does? Well, yes, because we're not targeting one audience.
No.
We're targeting Americans.
We're targeting Americans.
Get closer to the customer than anyone else. So whatever business you are, whatever you're in, you need to get close to the customer
than anyone else.
And we see that in ways when you see the marketing, you see the things come out to us, you see memberships, you see other things come your way that try to bring you closer to the vitamin. Those that do it the best customize the experience for you. Emotionally connect with the customer better than anyone else.
Emotionally connect with the customer better than anyone else.
And we'll give you a good example of who does that better than anyone. Coca-Cola, again, spends the most money on marketing, is the number one soda in the world.
Yes.
But there's a third reason why.
Why?
And it's because of that third rule that we just saw. You saw the third rule in being a category of one. Connect emotionally better than anybody else. And now we know you could give some examples of individuals and other pieces, but let's stay on Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
If you think to their commercials, do they spend time when they deliver a commercial telling you how they make a Coke and all the ingredients in it?
Yes.
No, they don't. No. You don't see commercials. Little lady doesn't see commercials, so she doesn't even know. Yeah. The commercials that Coca-Cola has spent doing, which is why we don't let you watch them, are designed by PhDs to effectively brainwash and give propaganda because they know the number 3 rule, emotionally connect with you. So when you watch a Coca-Cola commercial and you go all the way back to why Santa Claus in the 50s and 60s was invented and pushed by the Coca-Cola marketing department with the big rosy cheeks and the big thing, because of one reason. Coca-Cola was not selling Coke in the winter. Okay, so we're going to teach you guys something today. As a business, Coca-Cola represented and understood, hey, our sales are bomb in the summer. People love drinking a Coca-Cola in the summer.
Because it's hot outside.
Yeah, delicious out of that glass bottle. But when winter came around, what happened to sales? Boo! So Coca-Cola said, well, we don't like that. We want to raise the sales up. And you know what Coca-Cola came up with? Santa Claus. So Coca-Cola came up with Santa Claus, not Saint Nick, who is currently the reigning champion, Saint Nicholas. They turned it into Santa Claus, a more commercial version here in America. And they uplifted Santa Claus to emotionally connect all of us and slipped in what into Santa Claus's hand?
A little Coke.
A Coca-Cola.
Santa doesn't drink Coke, he drinks cookies and milk.
Yeah, well, yeah, that comes later. But as the time moves forward and as time goes on, you will not see a Coca-Cola commercial that is spent on showing you how the Coca-Cola is made. You will either see somebody who's the underdog getting the big goal and celebrating with their team. Here comes all the emotion because everybody's won and everybody can relate. And then what do?
Drink a Coke.
Drink a Coke. Now, Daddy's not upset. That's brilliant marketing. Okay,
yes,
you're selling a soda, but rather than talk about the taste, rather than talk about what's in it, like you should probably, they emotionally connect with you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's on purpose.
That's on purpose.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's one of the rules in the book of becoming a category of one. So wherever you're at, wherever your business is, whenever you're talking about trying to break down people's cognitive dissonance as a journalist, or you're trying to relate to them, remember rule 3. That if you can't emotionally connect with your customer, with your audience, then you're not ever going to be a category of one.
Never.
You'll be beaten. And as a journalist, this is where it's most difficult because I'm going to relate this right back to what you're up against in the world. The propaganda in the news media that's out there is going to purposely involve psychological warfare to keep you emotionally connected to them better than maybe other journalists that are bringing you the truth. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So what this means is You may want to believe something, but you may be given information that contradicts that, right? And it shows you that that's not actually the whole truth. But you don't really want to hear it because you want to believe this thing. Mm-hmm. So the news will give you the headline that allows you to see what you want, right?
Right.
And that comes out in a lot of hate and a lot of anger and a lot of misdirection. And we experienced that yesterday through a lot of our conversation with grown men and an 8-year-old girl, because the way that I was able to emotionally connect with them, and we were able to emotionally connect in lots of different ways. But I tell you right now, if you say my 8-year-old daughter understands this, and then you present something, what do you think that does for a man who's in his 30s or 40s? Does he want to know less than an 8-year-old daughter?
No.
No. He wants to know the truth.
The truth.
That's right. He's entitled to his opinion, and we want him to have his opinion. And those boys and men did so good expressing their opinion yesterday, didn't they?
Yes, they
did. And
did
we say thank you every time?
Yes, we did.
Even when they yelled at us a couple of times, did we still say thank you?
Yes.
Because we like when you express yourself. We can hold ourselves back because, again, we know it's not on you. We know you're up against a media that is pushing propaganda. And for those of you that didn't watch the episode this week, for 5 seconds, let me remind you of something. Go look up who CBS is. You should know. You should know. This was something we talked about to show everybody. Mm-hmm. You should know that one of the most popular journalists in America, outside of Daddy and Addy.
Trey Godzik.
That was good, Addy. Trey, we love you, bro. Walter Cronkite, one of the best journalists. I'll say it's not best. One of the most popular journalists of all time, from anybody, broadcast anchor, anybody that's alive right now, anybody that's over the age of 15, 20 years old, knows this name and has heard it and understood that he brought the news to everybody. Well, let's teach you something today you might not have known. So when people say that the news is coming at you and the news has a propaganda, you're going to be able to show them exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to tell you that Disney owns ABC and go off on that reign. We're going to go even deeper. CBS News.
CBS.
Is CBS a news station?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You don't watch it.
Yeah.
CBS is a news station. Well, let's go back to the beginning. Where did CBS come from? Who created CBS?
Ooh.
You're going to love this. The first CEO and founder of CBS was a colonel in the military. Well, that's cool. We love the military.
Yeah.
What was he in charge of, Addy? Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember what his job was? Who the colonel that started CBS, the leader and founder of CBS? Do you know what his job was when he was in the military? Psychological warfare.
Okay.
Guys, the head of the CBS, Walter Cronkite, worked for this guy, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody knows him. Psychological warfare. That's who the colonel was. That's who he was in charge of. Did he work directly with the CIA? Yes, public knowledge. Did he push exactly what the CIA told him to push? Yes, public knowledge. This is all Freedom of Information Act available for you to know. Yes, Addy.
What's warfare?
What?
What's warfare?
Warfare?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what warfare is?
Mm-hmm.
It would be all the different abilities and tools that you could use to go to war.
Oh.
Okay? War doesn't just involve pew pew. War involves propaganda. War involves leading people. You generally, propaganda has always been used. It's never not been used. Every civilization always has had to keep their people happy, right? Mm-hmm. The best way to relate that is you understand. If you're a captain of a pirate ship, mm-hmm. you have to keep everybody happy, right?
Yeah.
Or what? What's going to happen? Yeah. Is there going to be a mutiny?
Yep.
Yeah. Are the own people on your own ship? There's somebody in there that's like, I don't like what the captain's saying. Let's overthrow him and go get treasure. Is that what the pirates are going to do to each other all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every pirate captain has always known there's a mutiny coming for him. So he better do what?
Keep them all happy.
Yeah. So whatever you want to call it, propaganda, it has to come out, right?
Yeah.
We're humans. And if we don't have somebody giving us good information, are we likely to believe somebody giving us bad information?
Nope.
Yeah, most people will do that.
Okay.
So that's why it's very important that we can trust our news and that news can be brought to us. And whatever your opinion is, I just want you to know that the head of CBS was in charge as a colonel for psychological warfare.
Yep.
And put in that position of CBS, when you look at the headlines and the news that we have today, and let me ask you, Addy, have you been to the CBS studios in downtown New York City?
Yes.
Have you been to the CBS studios in Inglewood?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you guys, if you've never been to Inglewood, you've probably seen the news. You know how dangerous it can be. Addy, on my chest, we walked all around up and down Inglewood and into the CBS studios there in Inglewood. And I will tell you, out of all the studios we went into, was that the most biased?
Yes.
Yeah, I would almost call it evil, right? Were some of those anchors and some of those people we met that aren't even anchors anymore, were they evil? The stuff that came out of their mouth and the hatred that spewed, it's all it was. Guys, we've been inside these studios. We know who these people are. The stuff that comes out of their mouth is not something I want any of my family around. And these are the people that are, bringing you news. So all we want you to do is look back at who these people are and what their agenda is. We're not saying that everything the CIA has ever done is evil, but we are saying that there could be bad actors in place. There could be information they don't want you to see for all sorts of different reasons. That's not how we operate. As journalists, it's our job to bring you the truth. You get to have your opinion. You get to come to conclusions, but that will never happen in a world where you're being lied to on purpose and you're giving emotional feed so that you can't actually come to the correct conclusion. So all we want you to do, guys, is realize that we're all in this together. We're up against a massive network that is trying to keep us separated. Like Sun Tzu said, if you're separated from the truth, is it easier to conquer you?
Yes.
That's right. So if you can't talk to your friend and neighbor about politics, does that keep us from finding the truth?
Yes.
Yes. You'll never hear us shy away from politics. You'll never hear us shy away from anybody who wants to express themselves. Have we been wrong in our life before?
Yes.
Everybody learns,
changes, and grows.
And that's why you're watching today. And that's why we made a special episode just to remind you that we love you and we care about you. And regardless of what it is that you feel or think, we want it to be your opinion because you're informed, not because they're misleading you and giving you false information. Okay? Do we know that people disagree?
Yes.
And is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. When people disagree and they're able to talk, do we come to some awesome conclusions?
Yeah.
Do we come to some compromise?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are democratic programs that are wonderful. This is one thing we talked about in length yesterday. There are democratic programs like welfare that are designed to help fellow Americans. Is that good?
Yes.
But when we can't talk about the programs and corruption is taking over and bad guys are doing bad stuff with the money, not helping the good guys, is that good for the company, for the corporations, and for the America?
N-O.
It's not good for the people. And we have to stop that. And if we can come together and we can stop the rampant lies like the food pyramid that we just finally flipped. This is one thing that blew everybody's mind, guys. Think about this. Since I was born, the food pyramid has been a lie. I did not follow the food pyramid when I started my family because we did research and we learned. We went vegan a whole year before we got married to cleanse the toxins that we had put in our body from those foods. After cleansing and after learning and after knowing who owns what, it's very easy to make decisions not to buy that stuff and to buy more local farms and more local produce because it tastes good, it's fun.
Fresh eggs.
Yeah, and everything that's local is from local pollinators. So that's just general knowledge. That's not something that we had to go find. And yet.
And that's why we have 2 chickens so we can get fresh eggs.
Good job, little lady.
Thank you.
But we're now in 2026. So one of the things that broke everyone's minds yesterday when we were talking about it is it took this administration that is, aligned with Republicans to hire a lifelong Democrat to be put into a position of power to fight against the lobbyists and the big money, big pharma and everybody else just to flip the pyramid. Every scientist and every doctor around the world knew that pyramid wasn't good. And watch this. Canada bragged. Our Canadians bragged yesterday that they get better food and higher quality, which is why it was very easy to help them see this part of the truth. You're right, Canadians. You're right, Europeans, that your union and your country made these organizations give you higher quality foods. That's absolutely correct. And all we asked them to do was not let go of that thought. Hold on to it. Hold on to the thought that you're a Canadian, that you're a European, and you're fully aware that Americans are eating trash versions of the same product from the same company.
Yeah.
So their first thought is to make fun of Americans and say, look at you guys. And then I said, yeah, buddy, that's not me. I'm not eating that. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think that's been going on? And then the first part is, because you guys are stupid. That's not the case. We graduate thousands of PhDs. We have some of the smartest people in the world. And there's other smart countries. We know not everyone's intelligent. Yeah. But how can you go 30 years with the most intelligent people in America and with the most amount of technology available? Daddy's got several friends that are PhDs. Yeah. How can you live in a country with that many PhDs And just now in 2026, because of this administration only hiring, ready, Republican, hiring a lifelong Democrat to fight against what we've been up against our entire life, just to get public health back on the right mission. Just to get America to finally hold the organizations accountable that are purposely giving good quality to Europe and to Canada, but purposely poisoning America.
Why?
How has that ever been acceptable?
I don't know.
Well, thank God that now in 2026, we have people in power that are fighting against that for you. Whether or not you want it, whether or not you're thankful. Are we going to express gratitude?
Yes, we are.
Absolutely. And whether or not you decide to express gratitude, the fight is on for you, for your children, and for your health. And for the first time in my life, thanks to a Republican hiring a Democrat, we have a fight going on. And we're currently winning. From the SNAP benefits no longer giving sugar to the most uneducated or most poor in our communities that are in the need of help, and allowing them to actually get real food, which would only support local farms and the good stuff. See how that works?
Yeah, good stuff.
Versus the oligarchs that own those big Debbies and big corporation junk food that, you want to have every now and again. We get it, but you should not be eating every day. You should not be making your weekly budget off of. So we want America to return to health, and we are seeing that happen, not just because the people in power are finally standing up, but because you at home finally get it. You finally understand that we're in charge of our choices. You're in charge of them, and we're going to start making good choices. That's right.
Yes,
we are in the 250th year celebration of America, and do we have a lot of gratitude to express this year?
Yes, we do.
Daddy woke up at 4:30 this morning, but let me tell you, because of all the love that I got yesterday from Jake, from Sparkle, and Sparkle, let me tell you, coming from you, somebody who is a sparkle in the world from your family, somebody that shines brightly, may not even identify with some of the same politics we do. If anything, you would think they would be more on the liberal left side. They express their love for our show, and they expressed love to us. That motivated us. I woke up this morning at 4:30, and all I could do was sit there, because before we get out of bed, do we express gratitude?
Yes.
Yeah, does science say that's going to help us?
Yeah.
But we express gratitude for lots of other reasons. And we express gratitude. Daddy sat there praying so much this morning. Did I go back to sleep?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I got back up.
Yep.
Did I express more gratitude again? Yeah, it's hard, guys. You have so many things to be thankful for that you better make sure you get it all in.
Yes.
And if you wonder why we have so much high energy in the morning and why we're so thankful, it's because we express gratitude each and every day that we wake up, as you should do too. No matter the situation you're in, there is absolutely lots to be thankful for. And we are thankful for you watching today, and thankful for tuning in our special Saturday episode. We know you have lots to get to, and we thank you for stopping in. One more time, Addy, please lead America. Please lead our family and friends in one nation under God.
Let's go, kids. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There you go, guys. And just one more time on the gaming world out there, it's TRD182, just like the Instagram.
TRD.
Only on the Xbox. We have a guild that transcends whatever you're playing on, PlayStation or PC. Destiny 2 or Apex. If your kids want to play with the best dude out there, that'll get them. I'll make a video, throw some music on it, and we'll get some fun stuff created for them. But either way, connect to dads out there, and let's make 2026 the year of the celebration. Thank you for tuning in today, and God bless. Please always remember that you can't spell daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell daddy without the Addy. And again, now I understand why I am sweating so bad. You were supposed to get those started a little while ago, Addy. We missed the chance. So we've got her marshmallow melter going again, and now I understand why Daddy's sweating so bad in here. We had the oven going the whole time. Let's not do that again.
Okay.
Let's not do it. We're going to make some marshmallows. We'll see you guys on the other side.